We were able to get it. It's good. Okay. Yeah, for sure. If you're good, I'm good. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mariah Hail, and this is One-on-One with the Athlete. Today we have Mercedes AMG Season 1 Backstretch Battles World Champion Mrfat joining us. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Good. Very good to be here. Blessed to be here. We were supposed to get this interview done a long time ago, but unfortunately our two teams, they just didn't really connect last year. But I'm glad we're here now. I feel as though you're the best in the game area, and you ask a lot of good questions that people want to hear answers to, and I got answers today. So we sped here down the freeway, going 90 miles an hour, trying to get here on time. So I hope I'm not holding things up for you guys.
No, of course not. You're right on time, in my opinion. So let's get right into it. The fans, along with myself, have so many questions for you. We all hope to get to the bottom of some driver drama.
That's a funny word, it's a funny phrase, isn't it? Driver drama. I don't think there's much driver drama going on between people, and I feel as though in these interviews a lot of things can get mixed up, a lot of things can get thrown around. Drivers hear one thing, then they correlate it onto the track, and then it just becomes a whole mess. So let's avoid as much of those situations as possible. I don't think there's room to put any more animosity in the air between people. It's just not good.
Yes, of course. We don't want to run you off this early. Let's start by taking a step back. Tell us a little about last year. How did it feel to be crowned the Backstretch Battles champion?
Last year was something special. Myself, along with the team Mercedes, we've put in a lot of time, a lot of work into the car, a lot of work into the team, studying tracks, studying racers. People do not understand how much time it really goes in, the grind it takes to win just one race, to win 100 and be crowned the king of backstretch battles, to hoist the trophy, to see the fans up in the stands. It was just absolutely amazing. Last year, starting from 0 wins, we got out to a pretty good stretch. We had about a 20 race lead, going into about race 67. People started catching back up. They started getting into the groove of their cars. Lots of teams started to realize how much of a dominant performance we were putting on. So it became a little bit competitive towards the tail end. And then we was able to pull it out. We got to the 100th win. Had the charity match at the end of the year with the McDonald's driver, so that was good. We raised a lot of money for our charities, and last year was amazing. Backstretch Battles World Champion. You can't make that up. You just cannot make that type of stuff up. Not at all.
You seem to be a pretty popular name around the paddock since last year's win. Mrfat this and Mrfat that. Tell us, have you noticed a shift in the way other drivers and teams act or converse with you?
It's a lot to take in, for that type of question, because we barely know each other. The sport has been around for 2 years. This is the second season. We barely even know each other. So of course, being top dog, coming from last year's world championship run, there's a lot of people that want to take my spot. They want to take my seat. They want to be me. So this year really proves that a lot of people are taking that step up. So animosity between the drivers, people around the paddock, looking at me a certain way. I don't really look at that type of stuff. I walk around the paddock, I got the Mercedes on, lots of the teams are like, giving me the side eye, like, what are you doing over here? Why are you trying to look at our car? And I'm like, no, I don't want to look at your car. I'm good over here at Mercedes, so there's, of course, there's a lot of competition. I would say there's a lot of competition between teams and stuff, and they really hit me with the questions at the pressers. They're trying to get something out of me. They really want to get the good questions in and get something out of me, but if I could avoid the press conferences, that would be fine. But the grid, I don't have any problems with the drivers or some of the teams. We've been good.
I guess you're not a big fan of the press conferences?
I mean, there's a couple. I won't say the press conferences. There's a couple of the journalists that are there that they dig at you. They attack you in any way that they can. There's absolutely nothing that'll hold them back from getting the question, They get paid to do that. So I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people that are out there that are just like, just answer the simple questions. It's their job. It's your job to answer the questions. So, it's part of the game. It's part of the sport. So I wouldn't say I'm not a fan. It's just I handle it accordingly. It's fun. I'll just say it's fun.
We have here a list of your accomplishments. Season 1 champion, 10-time double champion, the only ever Cinco de Mayo champion. Just a few to start with. When hearing this, how does it make you feel?
Makes me feel good. You know, there are a lot of a lot of variables out there as to where you can lose, but there are so many variables as to where you can win also. And when you win, you know, it's good to listen back and hear like what you actually have accomplished. There's a lot of stuff out there that like people, you know, try to sweep under the rug, you know. But 10-time double champion, that doesn't happen overnight. Cinco de Mayo champion, that deserves its own little show right there. That was such a scene that I think I enjoy having on my record. So along with being the world champion, hearing that, I think you've left a couple things off of the list as well. But it feels good to hear back, you know, when someone else reads it off to you, because I look at it all the time, you know. I try to motivate myself. It just makes me hungrier, Maria. I'm telling you, it just makes me hungrier. I just want to win for these fans. I want to win for my team, so it pushes me for sure.
Would you like me to keep listing them off? I mean, the list goes on.
No,
I'd be happy
I
to.
don't. I tend to toot my own horn a bit. You know, I try to stay, you know, humble, but there's no need to continue for the list. I know what's out there. The people know what's out there too. So
The Darlington Grand Prix, your home track, where you have accumulated over 67 wins in your career. An amazing feat. The question that everyone wants to know, what does this racetrack mean to you?
67 wins. That's crazy. Actually, 67. It's been 67 wins. Wow, I did not recognize it was 67 wins. That's amazing. You know, I think everybody can tell that I am in love with the track. The Darlington Grand Prix, it does something to me. It's my home race. You know, over in the UK, they've really adopted me over there. You know, as you know, their number one racer. So I can't do anything but want to win for that track. So there's a lot of things that go into it. You know, the track limits, the speed, the fans, the way it's set up, the scenery, the road itself. You know, what the road is made out of. You know, the way the car, the grips to the road. It's just good. It's just a very short, fast track, and it's my favorite. It's a track I wish I could race on every day, but you know, I'll be over there in 3 weeks. We do have a race over there in 3 weeks. I cannot wait to get back over there. But you know, the Darlington Grand Prix, it's always a good race. You know, I don't see anybody who would actually hate that race, the Darlington Grand Prix. Yeah.
Let me run a few names by you. Tell me what comes to mind when you hear them, okay?
Sure.
We have FedEx driver Doug Dimmadome, Popeyes driver V, the rookie driver Diego, Dirt, and prodigy racer Vivid PM.
There's a lot of good names on that list, Maria. You've left a couple off, but I don't think that I'll get to the question. Let's start with V, the Popeyes driver, the Subway Popeyes driver. Is he with Popeyes now? He's been switching back and forth. There's no loyalty there. I don't know if it's like the teams or if it's like, you know, himself, you know, his team. You know, I don't know if like there's no cohesion. So he needs to find a team where he can really put the pedal to the metal and get some race wins for a team. He's a very good driver. I cannot take anything away from him. Dirt, the free agent, you know, he's a very good driver as well. He's not signed to a team. He needs to get that contract. Somebody needs to sign him. Snatch him before another team does, you know. He's putting race wins in. He's very good. He's very fast on the track. You know, with the car that he has, can you picture him in another car, like where they actually put time and effort into, you know, his abilities, you know. Dirt is a very good driver. The rookie Diego, he's a student of the game. He's a student of the sport. I really respect Diego and what he does for himself. He's a free agent right now. He needs to put just a little bit more into it. Get some more race wins under his belt, and you know, I think people will start viewing him as like a legit candidate to sign. But Diego, I do like Diego. He's a very good student of the game. The FedEx driver Doug, it's just unfortunate what the team has done to him. Like the car is just not of top performance. You know, there's a championship caliber within him. You know, I can see it on the track, the way he like races with everybody else. But the FedEx car is just, I want to see him on another team to really dig in and be able to, like, you know, contest for a championship. He's up there. He's at 19 wins. You know, he's no slouch. He's no slouch in that car. But you know, the car sulks. So I would like to see him in something else. Vivid PM, he's a racer, right? He's a very good racer. The last 10 races, I think he's won about 6. You know, people are noticing like what he's actually doing for the sport. This guy is coming onto the scene as a rookie, being one of the prodigy, you could say. So I've heard there are teams out there that are trying to reach out to him to sign him, but you know, that's I can't speak too much on it. But Vivid PM is a very, very good racer, and any team would enjoy having him as, you know, as a driver for sure.
Vivid PM seems to have piqued not only your interest, but your team's as well. Could he be the next driver to sign with Mercedes?
I can't speak too much on that, Maria. I know you want that answer, but I do not have that answer for you right now. You know, Vivid's going to do his own thing. He's going to do what's right for his career. And, you know, if there are teams reaching out to him, you know, they'd be smart to reach out to him and, you know, offer him something that he cannot refuse. So Vivid PM, he'll be signed pretty soon. I'm pretty sure of it. There's no question about it. No doubt, no doubt.
Is there a reason for the aggressive driving whenever you're in a pack with all the top drivers on the grid? I mean, it's obvious there is some animosity there, no?
You can say animosity, you know, it's competition. I'll say it's competition. There are a lot of people out there that just like, they want to win. They really want that race win. You don't think one win like correlates to 100 very easily, but it does. It counts. All these races really count. You know, finishing top 3 is one thing, but to win the race, you know, when you're up there, when you're jockeying for position with, you know, the FedEx driver, you know, with Dirt, with all these free agents, with Fax, you know, he's a very good driver out there also. You know, it's just a lot of people that are out there that that want to win. So competition, I won't say animosity, but it all blows over at the end. You know, when the race is over, we shake hands. We know how to give props, and yeah, the competition is good for the sport. It's good for the fans. It's really good for the backstretch battles. You know, the drivers. So yeah, I won't say animosity as much as, you know, competition for sure.
Let's switch things up a bit. Exclusives. The blazing fast McDonald's driver. He is tied for the lead in this year's championship with Popeye's Racer V. Is there a rivalry there?
It's going to come sooner or later with the McDonald's driver. This exclusives. I got to give props to the lad. He's a good driver, you know, but you put anyone in a very good car, they're going to win races, you know. The McDonald's have a very good car. They know what they're doing. They're putting a lot of money into their team and into the car, so their team knows what they're doing. But a rivalry between exclusives, I mean, I guess you could say that, you know, we jogged for position. He came up runner-up to me as world champion last year. I mean, he's a good driver. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but you know, he's just a rat. You know, I don't like him at all. You know, we get out on the track and he's just there. He's in my face the whole time. You know, I think he's currently leading the championship by one race, not for too long, but you know, I can't take anything away from the guy. He's a really good opponent and good competition for the sport. So he's doing a good job within that car for sure. I mean, he's got that X meal over at McDonald's. Like, it's the nuggets. Like, have you tried it? It's just not. It's just.
I have, actually, and I gotta say it was pretty good. The new flavor of Sprite that comes with the meal is amazing. Not to rain on your parade or anything.
No. I mean, the beggars can't be choosers. You know, if you like that type of thing, I mean, like, go right ahead. They won't be taking any of my money. He can go on with that. The X meal, you know, it's $17.99 for a meal. Is that right? Was that the price of the meal? I mean, you know, to get back to the question, you know, X is a very good driver. It's just, yeah, he's a very good driver. And the Team McDonald's, I salute Team McDonald's. You know, we do a lot of competitions. You know, I'm very glad that they are on the grid. I don't take anything away from them. Shout out to them. It's you know, it's healthy for the sport to have, like, you know, not just one person dominating, but for the Team McDonald's to actually be there and to you know, to be doing their thing. I take my hat off to them. I take my hat off right now, but Team Mercedes, I got the rep for Team Mercedes, you know.
I see you're a big fan of Prime?
Prime in hydration, yeah, you notice I had the bottle. Yes, it's very good. You know, we're working on, you know, a thing or two with them over there at the Prime. It's a very good brand. It's a very good drink. You know, I take it wherever I go. It fuels me for every race. You know, it's very good stuff. Prime hydration, Prime energy. It's good stuff, bro. Go drink Prime. Drink Prime. Have you try some Prime? We got Prime in the bag. Yeah, give everybody some Prime. It's good.
When looking forward to this year's championship, do you feel optimistic on getting race wins every week? I mean, there are a lot of fast and competitive teams on the grid, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, from last year, they've taken a step up, honestly, like from the teams last year. You know, we've got all these free agents now. We've got all these racers that are, like, you know, born and ready to go. They want to do their thing. You know, there's a lot of competition out there, which makes it harder for you know, the racers to, you know, get some wins. You know, the wins are more spread out now. You know, so which is good for the sport. It's a longer season, much for the fans. You know, it's good money. You know, being out there, you know, for the companies and whatnot, the sponsorships, you know, it's very good to have this sport to be stretched out for long periods of time. You know, I think this will become the #1 sport one day, and I will be the pinnacle of, you know, that, you know, Mrfat Fest 75 plastered all over the billboards. But enough about that. Yes, I do. I do think so, though. Yeah, it's good.
You have places to be, I know, so we'll try and finish things up quickly. Here is a question from a fan by the name of Tix. He said, Mr. Fat, do you think you'll be able to become a double world champion?
Oh, the fans there, they crack me up every time. Ticks. The double world champion is 100% possible, lad. And I will see you sometime down in the paddock if, like, if you're there. I appreciate the comment. And yes, double world champion is 100% possible. We're shooting for it this year. Team Mercedes AMG and myself, Ticks. Thank you for that question, man. The double world champion is it's a dream of mine. And, it's something that everybody wants. I'm the closest to because I won last year. So, yeah, for sure, Ticks. You're a good guy. You're a good guy. I can tell. I can tell.
Here is a final question from a fan named Bluring. Mr. Fat. I am an inspiring young driver and have been a fan of yours for years. Could you give me pointers on how to become great like yourself?
Bloating, there's a lot that goes into it. You just don't wake up overnight and become, the Mercedes AMG Mr. Fat 75. You have a lot of work to be done, but I think anyone can do it. It's nothing that cannot be done. You put the work in, you put the grind in. You have to have people behind you. Do not forget that there's always somebody behind the greatest racer ever, and those people are the ones that push you every single day to become the greatest possible. So yes, if you're an inspiring young driver, you can become great, such as myself and all the other drivers that are on the grid. Just keep up the hard work and keep up the grind, lad. Do not forget that. You gotta keep going. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. I recognize the name, bro. Do we know the name? We don't know the name. It sounds familiar, Maria. There's so many names that sound familiar. I don't know. It's just some of these people. We come across them and then they go. But blurring, yes, it is 100% possible. Just keep up the good work.
Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today, Mr. Fat. I gotta say, your story is amazing, and I can't wait to see you back on the grid this race weekend. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I would just like to, just say that, follow me on Twitch, Mr. Fat 75. We go live. We talk about race wins. We talk about what's happened, within the last couple races. Follow me on YouTube, on TikTok, and all that. Shouting myself out and drink Prime, people. Drink some Prime. Go to the store, get yourself some Prime, lads. It's very good. Take it from your boy, Mr. Fat 75. We drink this mess like every day. It's very good for hydration. It's very, very good for hydration. There's a lot that goes into keeping your body fit. I would like to promote health, the healthiness of the racers, and to all the drivers out on the grid, I will see you next week. We're going to fight this thing out. At the Arizona, it's a very hot track, so I hope to see all the fans out there. But yeah, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to come out here and give me the interview. You're one of the best in the game, Maria. I was just talking about this on the way home. You can ask my team. You're one of the best in the game, and I really enjoy your questions and your company. But yeah, that's about it. I enjoyed the interview for sure.
There is one more question I'd like to ask you. There were talks of a new Backstretch Battles Championship that involves big prizes. Is this true or not?
Yeah.
When will this take place?
Where is he getting this information? It's
That face tells me that you can't speak on it.
Let's
just say this prize tournament is indeed happening. Will you be competing along with the other drivers to win these prizes?
That's if there is another tournament, best believe I will be in it. If there's big prizes like you say that they are, I mean, I'm just a driver. I don't know too much, but if there is the tournaments, with prizes, a place where I can win, my team can win. Oh, best believe we will be there for sure.
Before you go, this is a question the world wants to know. Your contract is up with Mercedes, and there are a lot of teams out there that would love you as their #1 driver. Who will you sign with?